You didn't read this one?
Alrighty, Cassie, for our post-conference, let's take a, this morning we went through our kind of day one of shared reading and thinking about our objectives for our lesson today. We had talked about, and you had expressed wanting to talk, see how the students took on vocabulary and understood that vocabulary and applied it to their learning. So maybe we could start there. How did you think that went? We didn't get through the entire lesson that we had planned, so that we'll be continuing tomorrow to finish up that. What are your thoughts on the vocabulary?
Take some time to do that.
Really? I thought it was good that when they talked about plowing, we related it to snowplow. Which the first time we went through this book, I didn't even think of that.
I didn't think of it
But
either.
now that they related it to that, it made a lot more sense. Made them understand that it was moving things out of the way.
Yeah, I think so too. I didn't think of, I mean, I read that book probably, 10 times in preparation at least, and I didn't think to associate with that kind of plowing. So I was glad that Crystal was there to kind of bring that into it, because that brought a little bit more understanding with it. Possibly tomorrow, I thought we could kind of bring that in, a reminder again of that plow piece, because I'm wondering if all of the students really got that.
I don't know that all of them did, because once they went through to look at that page, some of them were like, what's that word again? So I think we'll have to practice it a little bit more.
Practice a little bit more. Put an action to it probably, and link it back to that plowing of snow, which tomorrow we're supposed to get snow, so maybe that'll help kind of bring them to bring it to the forefront, because we really haven't actually had very much snow lately, so that probably wasn't actually too fresh in some of their minds. So, otherwise, how did you think the lesson went overall? With like the flow, and is there any questions you had on certain aspects of the shared readings during our ELD time?
I thought it went really well. We used our structure in the conversation well, like it was incorporated. One thing was how you used, like you explained how to use a picture before you read the captions. So you really made them look at the two pictures of how it can be plowed downhill or around. And I think by explaining how to use the picture before jumping to the words really helped them understand it a little bit more.
Oh, great.
So that'll help them in the future.
Yeah, I was hoping that would be a benefit, because I know even when I was looking at it,
Thinking about your next words
and reading about it, I read it first and then kind of looked at it and talked about that and thought about the picture. But then when I looked at it myself again, I was like, well, it's easier for me to look at a picture, understand the picture, and then read it. So I'm glad that you thought that was beneficial for them as well, because that was kind of a tricky.
Yeah, that was a tricky thing to understand.
I thought, especially since that grooves was a new thing, the plowing to make those grooves. So, any other things that you noticed that?
I think day 2 will just have to be heavy on the graphic organizer, because I think because it's new and because it's looking for evidence from the text are 2 new things put together, that today was a little rough. So tomorrow we can go into it deeper so that they understand how to use it and why.
Yeah, why we're using it. Yeah, I'm anxious to do it tomorrow, because I mean, we were a little rushed at the end, and I kind of was flip-flopping back and forth. Do we start it? Don't we start it? But I thought, let's start it. That way they can kind of be pondering and thinking about it. Some of them did take it on, that they were working right away, and then that way tomorrow we can take a look at those and see how they did and what we can do to kind of support them, because this was new, and I would have ideally given them more of a model for the first one to be able to actually write it out, to link it,
To take the information from the book.
take the information. So I think tomorrow, if you think that's a good step, then maybe we could start out and think of that one, and probably start with that plowing, pulling our plowing piece, and then they have to go and find the 2 other ones.
I like it. That's a good idea.
So that sounds good. I think we'll start there then tomorrow, and like you said, we'll pull that in that we didn't get to from today from our lesson. So great. Then that'll help us now in our planning as we go to day 2.